So today I will share with you these 10 steps that I followed to get to where I am today that led me on a path of service and a life that I only dreamed about in communist Hungary, where my story started. It was a series of conscious choices that led me here, doing psychedelic assisted therapy, be my own boss, own my own business, and live on the Caribbean beach. Step number one, and the most important, I think, is commitment to a path of self-discovery. Many people throughout their life ask this question and come to a point when people ask this question, who I am and why, what am I doing here? Like, why I am here? What is my purpose here? And I think that it's very important to live a meaningful life in order to find that happiness and that satisfaction that most people desire. Why I think it's so important to walk this path in self-discovery is because it's impossible to know why you are here for and what is your purpose if you don't know who you are, right? But once you know who you are, or you have more awareness of who you are, then your purpose will get clearer and clearer. At least that's my experience. Second step is to educate yourself, because I think when you are on this path, you want to learn, you are interested, you are obsessed. I was obsessed, about learning and experiencing and widening my perspective. I think this is very necessary step, and part of the process. And then the next step is that you really start immersing yourself into it, whatever it is, and practice it. And then, if you want to go to the next level, then you can learn it, right? And then you can teach it. For me, the end of this period, it really was when I come to meet with the mother ayahuasca. And she took me to a whole other level, I have to say. Step number 3 was following your heart. Society in general says this is what you should do in order to succeed. We are giving you this playbook, this script. Really, we are not encouraging you to discover what is that you are gifted in, what is that you want to explore, you want to express. That's something not so encouraged in today's society. And I think that this is a major problem. This is a major issue. So I think following your heart is necessary to find your real self, your true self, and your purpose, because that's the part of you that remembers who you are. That's the part of you that remembers your purpose. It's not the mind. It's the mind is going to tell you, don't do that. Just choose something that is safe and comfortable. But that's not going to lead you to that fulfilled life. At least it didn't for me. Step 4, which is for me, it's a big one, which is being of service. It's really, this message comes through, I think, working with this medicine. That's the biggest purpose, right? Service to others. That's why we are really here. Also, another part of it is that we are all one, right? And we are all connected. This means 2 things: that you feel for the suffering of others and you want to ease the suffering of others because you understand that we are one and that other person is me and is part of me. And of course, you want to ease your suffering, right? Also because you know that if you share what you know with that person, you can help that person to let go of that suffering and feel better. This is one of the highest purpose that you can choose, is to heal yourself and to help others to heal themselves, so we can create a much more pleasant world here. So we are coming to our 5th step, and this is basically just do a great job in whatever you are doing, and you need to practice and practice. That's what makes the master. And even if you have a calling, you have a gift, you have like a psychic ability, whatever that is, that will not replace practice and personal experience, because it is necessary for us to create a confidence and to be authentic and to be able to create a safe place for others. To be good, to be excellent in something, you have to constantly invest into it, whatever you're doing, but especially in this field, to constantly grow and evolve and do better and offer better service and give more and serve on a higher level. How to turn your psychedelic practice into a conscious business. So the first thing for me was to put myself out there and to build an audience. This was something that I naturally did to a certain extent, but that there is a point, when you had to put some more conscious thought into it. Who is your audience? Who are the right people for what you're doing? Then you have to become more clear what your message is, so you can explain very short and simple way to anybody what you stand for, what you're into, what you're passionate about, right? Putting some more conscious thought on who are you speaking to and what is that you really want to communicate. That's I think was really helpful for me to clarify. The next step is to get professional support, right? So once your therapy practice becomes like a business, you need professional support. Even if we're just talking about creating authentic, professional, and attractive content, you need help with that. It's not enough to create good content. You need to present it in a certain way to people that is clear, easily digestible, aesthetically pleasing, authentic, looks professional, gives value. I mean, there's so many things, that I never thought about before. These are things that you will need help with if you want to make that next step. And the best you can do is to build a good team and to outsource things, and investing financially into it is very important, I believe. The eighth step, which is healing our relationship with money. Most people operate from a lack consciousness and just live in a survival level. There is a lot of factors that kind of reinforce this poverty consciousness. This is because mindset is something we learn, especially with money. I think we all have a lot of wounds that we carry, and if you want to be more financially successful in your work in general, and then especially as a therapist, is definitely something that you need to dedicate yourself to work on this, because this is one of the big obstacles and inner limitations I think that we have to face, and especially healers and spiritual teachers. So I really encourage you that you dive into that work. Let me know how is that going for you, and share with us if you have a favorite tip that really worked for you in your life. The next step is having a plan. Going with the flow and winging it, it's not going to work when you are at this level. Even when people come to my signature program, ayahuasca assisted therapy, we have a personal treatment plan, and it's not something that is written in stone. It's really a framework, a map that we kind of use for the journey. Having a plan, and even if I change elements of the plan, it just really accelerated my growth and brought me a lot of unseen opportunities. So definitely something that I recommend. Don't be afraid to have like a business coach or some kind of support system who, if you struggle with this step. Okay. And the last step and kind of final step is surround yourself with successful people. Show me the 5 closest people to you, and I tell you who you are. It's good every now and then to reflect on that. Who is that 5 person in your life, and what do they represent, and how do they inspire you? You can only help people who want to be helped, and sometimes you need to let go of people so you can move on. This is not your responsibility to carry others, because this can take a lot of energy from you that you are basically wasting, and that you need if you want to move forward and to expand, into a particular direction. Reflect on your life. Who is that 5 closest person? Share with us in the comments, what did you learn from this exercise? Maybe reflect on, is there anybody who you think you are ready to let go, and why?